My name is Rick Cricker. I'm 40 years old. And I was born in Athens, but not raised in Athens. I was raised in Columbus, Ohio, in the big city. I work as a bus driver now, and how I got into this line of work? Well, it kind of fell in my lap. I had a friend of mine that I talked with. She worked at a transit company, and she said, well, if you ever want to work as a bus driver and stuff like that, give them a call. So I kind of kept that in the back of my mind, and I went ahead and gave them a call one day. And they said, yeah, come in for an interview. And so I went in for an interview, and she said, all right, we like you. You're hired. So I wound up signing my life away, and I started driving bus. What are some of the hobbies that I have, and do they include cars? Yes. Fast cars too, but Magnum PI, that was one of my favorite TV shows, and I always wanted that Ferrari that he had, the convertible there, and yeah, that was a great car. And then I remember another show that I watched called Knight Rider. They had that Trans Am, and that was an amazing car, especially a car that could talk to you, and go about like 400 miles an hour. That was so cool. You have a twin brother? Hello. Hi. My joyful attitude, and where does that come from? Well, I certainly definitely have to give God all the credit. I always tell people that anything that good comes from me comes from God. All the best stuff. And everything else is just, well, me. But no, I'm not any different than everyone else. I have bad days and days where I don't feel like getting out of bed and don't feel like going to work and don't feel like putting a smile on and everything else. And when I start feeling like that, I just talk to God. And so that's what gets me through a lot of the stuff that I go through. And that's what keeps the joy in me, is from God.
Hi, I'm Carson Kressley. Of all the most valuable resources in the world,
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You as well. Take
for
care.
more than 140 years,
Thank you.
American Humane
Oh, you're
Society
welcome.
has
Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you.
And so I always enjoy passing that on to my writers and stuff like that, because I can see the faces. When writers gets on my bus and stuff like that, I can see that they're not happy. I can see that some of them are depressed, and some of them may hate their job and stuff like that. And I've noticed when I get on my bus and I just smile at them and I tell them, good morning, it's amazing how that frown just gets turned upside down, and how suddenly they're smiling and they're cheerful. And when they leave my bus, they're that way. And so I feel like the world doesn't have enough smiling faces and doesn't have enough laughter and stuff. And I want to try to add as much to that as possible. The challenges with being a bus driver. Definitely going down Court Street. And anybody that's rode the bus in Athens knows that, yes, that's very challenging, because you can't even hear yourself think. The bus rattles so much because those bricks are so uneven and everything. And sometimes you can't even hear yourself think, let alone trying to hear the person next to you say something. So that's the most challenging, definitely, is trying to be able to hold a conversation when all that's going on and everything, and trying not to say, what'd you say? What? Huh? Back and forth. Every once in a while, I do get a difficult rider, because I do get some intoxicated riders sometimes, which can be challenging, and sometimes I have a little too much fun with them. What goals do I have for the next 3 years? The possibilities are endless. I was thinking about getting my Class A and possibly getting into truck driving. Kind of on the fence on that one. But that's a possibility. I always try to live in the good always, as often and as much as possible. And I try every time the bad days do creep in. You know, the old cliche, they always say that, sometimes you have to laugh to keep from crying. Very true. A lot of times I do have to laugh to keep everything in. But never give up is definitely the key. And even when there isn't any positive in life, just always focus on the positive.
All right, thank you. Enjoy your day.
What goals do I have for the next 3 years? The possibilities are endless. I could be a stand-up comedian. Wah, wah, wah. It's ghosts. I make weird noises. Like birds. Jungle noises.